Readers, you have been doing an amazing job this year growing. You've already grown so far, and now you're ready to grow in a new way. Have you ever noticed that you're reading along, having a great time, kind of speeding through the words, and then all of a sudden you realize, huh, I don't even know what's happening in the story? It happens to me sometimes. And then what I have to do is I have to stop, think, and retell. I retell from the beginning of the part to the end where I stopped reading. And that helps me remember what I'm reading about. And so today we're going to practice those gestures, those symbols. And so you're going to think about stop, you're going to think about thinking, and then retelling. And you guys are going to help me because I'm going to be reading a book and I'm going to be doing what I do, which is sometimes I read a little bit too fast and forget to think. And then if you think, oh, Mr. Heimerdinger, you just need to stop, think, and retell, you're going to show me that symbol. First, start by saying stop, and then tell me to retell, and then tell me to. Um, I messed up, didn't I? Okay, hold on. You're going to tell me to stop, then you're going to tell me to think because thinking's so important. You got to think about what you're reading, and then you're going to tell me to retell. Okay, so I've got a book picked out. The one here we go. Iggy Peck, Architect. Whoa, we're in the middle of the book. Let's go to the beginning. Iggy Peck, Architect. You were all architects this week. You got to design a structure to keep your stuffy safe from a falling book. And let's take a look at Iggy Peck and what he does. Here we go. Young Iggy Peck is an architect, and he has been since he was 2 when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. Good gracious, Ignatius, his mother explained. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as a light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty, and it stinks. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn, using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels from peaches and apples and temples from modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye, and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. And I'm looking at you, my audience, and I'm noticing you guys are saying, Mr. Heimerdinger, stop, slow down. We need to think and retell. Okay, let me see now. What happened? And sometimes it even helps to look at the pictures again. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. So, what happened first is Iggy Peck. He was 2 years old and he built a huge tower of diapers. And his mom was really, really happy until she smelled his creation and realized they were dirty diapers. And then he just went outside and he built a sphinx, which is like a lion statue. And he built it I think he built it out of sand. And then he also built all sorts of other things. I think that was when he was 3. Chapels and steeples and using all sorts of different materials around his house, clay and other things like that. And then he built the St. Louis Arch on the porch with pancakes, and right on top of that arch he put some coconut pie. Wow, he's a good builder. How did I do? I tried to include lots of details, but sometimes you may have noticed I forgot some parts. Like I couldn't remember what were the things he used to build churches and chapels and temples, peaches and apples and modeling clay. I couldn't remember what he used. So you can see I was rushing a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. You know that kids actually have a better memory than grown-ups sometimes? I've noticed that. You guys remember those little details better than I do. Okay, now again, when you start thinking to yourself like, oh, Mr. Heimerdinger, you need to stop. You need to think. You need to retell. You just let me know, okay? Okay, here we go. Dear Ig had it made until 2nd grade when his teacher was Miss Lily Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say. We do not talk of buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I could care less about buildings ancient or new. She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7 she had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lilla got lost from the group. She was found 2 days later stuck in an elevator eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I want to see that you guys, yes, you guys are telling me, stop, Mr. Heimerdinger, you've read 3 pages. You didn't stop. You didn't think. You didn't retell. So here we go. Stop. I got to think about what happened. What happened on those pages? Okay, I got it. So, 2nd grade, just like you guys. He's in 2nd grade, but his teacher is a little different than your teacher. I know that Miss Tucker and Miss Becker and Miss Dickey and Mr. Heimerdinger, we all are excited about buildings and you building things. But his teacher doesn't like it. And then we get to learn why. Because when she was a kid, she went to a building and was terrified on the 93rd floor. And then she got lost from her teacher. And then she ended up staying there for 2 days and ended up hanging out with a circus troupe. And from then on, in 2nd grade, or because of that, in 2nd grade, she teaches kids, buildings, stay away from them. Well, you teach what you know, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to go back to our activity. I gave you guys 2 of those chunks. What I did is I took a chunk, I read it, and then I did my stop, think, and retell. Okay, let's go back here to Seesaw. So this is exactly what you guys are going to do. You're going to practice stop, think, and retell. If you forget what those gestures are, you can push play right there, and you'll see it. And so the first thing you'll do is you'll find a good book and get ready to read. You will stop, think, and retell 3 times. And each time you do it, I've got a little page for you here. You're going to read a little bit. Then you're going to stop. You're going to think about what happened in the last chunk you read. And then you're going to record a video or microphone. So you can go here to the camera and go to video, or you can record with a microphone. The other way you could record is down here with the little quotations. See them down there? That's another way to do it. So you got 3 ways to do it. And you're going to do this 3 different times. So you're going to read 3 chunks, stop 3 times, think 3 times, and retell 3 times. And that practice is going to start to build that memory, that muscle memory or brain memory, so that you know when you're reading, it is really important to stop, think, and retell. And that's just going to help you understand stories and love stories and learn new things even more as a 2nd grader. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 of those to do. Okay? All right. This video is coming your way now. Hope you guys enjoy. And I know your teachers, including myself, are going to really enjoy hearing your retells.